But bow. If you like that intro and you'll like this even more, welcome to the most overrated, underappreciated, most viewed, underviewed podcast of all time. Welcome to the Prince of Fresh Air. I am, of course, your most humble, most charismatic man of entertainment. Spoiler alert, this is round two because apparently in the middle of our first recording, TMZ cut my power line because they were upset that I didn't want to take an autograph for them. So we're back for round two. And before we get into the episode, I just want to reiterate something real quick. You know, this is year 4, refresh, podcast intro, podcast logo, and I want to make this a better experience for everybody. So
I'm clapping the grind, man. 4 years, man. Clapping the grind, man.
Yes,
clapping
that's
the grind.
Right. Amen to that. You know, 4 years of a long journey. I'm at a place where I never thought this podcast would be, and it's all because of everybody who's listening. Whether you hate it, you love it, you so enjoy it, whatever the case is. Thank you for always tuning in. Now we have switched to video podcasts late in the second half of 2023. So if you want to join in on the video action, Spotify, you could catch the video, or YouTube, which I have started uploading the full episode. So go over there, like, subscribe, comment. I want you to comment and rate the show because this is a community. This is everybody's podcast. I'm just the mouthpiece. And, you know, if you have the chance as well, IMDb, the Prince of Fresh Air podcast is now on there. So go over there, rate the show, leave your full thoughts, your comments or opinions, whatever the case may be, because it not only helps the podcast and me, but it helps us in the community as a whole. Now, let me stop blabbing. You know, I'm excited for this episode because Terric has been on many times, but something recently happened to him tremendously, a big opportunity. And it's something I haven't, or I don't think I will do. And I'll get to the reasons why. But I'm excited to have him on. We're going to talk about it. So please welcome America's Got Talent's newest winner, because he's going to win, Terric. Welcome to the podcast, man.
Brother. Thank you, man. Thank you for having me, man. You know what I'm saying? It's a pleasure to be on your show, man. You know what I'm saying? It's one of those shows where I could just be me. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I got to tone myself down to some shows, but I could be me on your show. So thank you. Anyway,
Absolutely.
ladies and gentlemen, it's 2024. Man, look, I'm so thankful to God because I didn't even ask for this. I did not ask for this audition. I did not. I woke up, I checked my email, and I got an AGT email. I'm like, how did they find me? How did they find a black man from West Virginia? I didn't ask for it. Ladies and gentlemen, I did not ask for this audition. I did not. I don't know how they found me, but they found my email. They found someone, I guess, on YouTube or Facebook or something. And it was like, this guy needs to come and audition. So I got the audition. Now, mind it, I'm thinking, okay, this ain't real. This is fake. How did they get my email? So, you know, I said, okay, fine. Let me go ahead and play with AGT. Let me go play with them. So I answered back. And they said, yeah, we want you to come on such day, such time. I'm like, oh, okay, this is real. This is real. So yeah, so like I said, I didn't ask for it. I don't know how they got my information. It just came up in my email, and here I am auditioning for AGT.
Amen to that. It's going to be a big year. And before we get to that, I want to ask you something because, you know, the last episode you was on, you was talking about how you want to take a little break from comedy and get into music, right, and focus on that. But then this opportunity comes around. So when this opportunity came, was this a moment for you where it's like, you know what, maybe comedy is my true calling? Because I've told you before, I think comedy is what you do. And I think you have a brand, you have an identity, and you're good at it. And you have a personality that most people don't have. So was this something that made you realize, okay, maybe I should put more emphasis into comedy, or is this just something where you'll test the water, see where it go, but you also still want to do music?
Right. You know what's funny? I don't even know what they wanted from me, because they didn't ask me like do comedy or sing. They didn't ask me, so I'm like, what do they want me to do? They're like they didn't say what, you know, which one. So I said, okay, maybe they want me to do comedy because I just started singing, so I'm like, maybe they want comedy, but I don't know. They might be like, no, we want you to sing. So I don't know. They didn't act. They ain't say they want me to sing or do comedy, so I didn't know what to do.
He's I don't know.
Oh,
He gonna just show up to the audition like, what you want from me?
look, I'm gonna be both because I don't know what you want.
I'll tell this joke and I'll sing Aretha Franklin.
The thing is, they only gave me 1 minute 30 seconds. They give all their people that audition 1 minute and 30 seconds to perform. So I had to give them a good 1 minute and 30 seconds of the funny. And let me tell you something. Our first show we had to come back. I was telling my boy that you didn't meet the second person that's inside of me. I got different identities. Like right now, you're talking to the Playboy. AGT got Dr. Giggles. Now the King Shot, if y'all been following me, my comedy and all that from Facebook to YouTube, Dr. Giggles got started during the COVID virus. COVID stopped all the comedy. There was no shows. There was none of that. All the comedy was virtual. So I credit Dr. Giggles during a comedy show, virtual comedy show called Lockdown Living Room Comedy Show on Facebook. It's also on YouTube too. You can check it out. And I did a couple episodes during COVID, and that's where Dr. Giggles came from. Funny guy is a Nigerian doctor. He got 50 baby mothers, 50 daughters, and he's running from all of them. He's trying to run from child support. So one show, we're going to have Dr. Giggles come on here, and you're going to get to talk to the doctor because he got all the answers.
I'm down for that. That's a show.
Yeah, so yeah, ladies and gentlemen, I'm telling you, man, I had no idea what was happening until the day before the show. So the day before the show, I get all these rules and regulations of the audition. So they say they want originality, they want you to they want no profanity, they want you to be original. I think I said it already. Original, no profanity, be yourself, dress up nice, all this stuff. And then they said you got 1 minute and 30 seconds. I'm thinking, okay, I'm gonna have a good 5 minutes. Because I'm thinking it's not gonna be a lot of minutes, but 5 minutes at least to show my talent. No, 1 minute and 30 seconds to be funny, or that you can sound, or you can sing real good. So I had to cut my set short because, like I said, I planned a 5 minute set. Last minute, I had to cut my set short and get to the funny right away, and I did. I got to it real fast. It was a good set. I recorded my set too in case anybody want to see. I recorded my set that I gave the agency. I recorded it.
Smart.
And guess what else, ladies and gentlemen? I had no idea there was so many people in the world that watched AGT.
Oh yeah.
I mean, the room was packed with Nigerians, Australians, Ethiopians, all over the world. People all over the world were singing and dancing and doing acrobat. I was like, wow, I had no idea AGT was like that.
Oh, it's huge.
But yeah, and like I said, I did comedy. Everybody else was singing and dancing and doing acrobatics. I was like, okay. Hopefully they're looking for comedians because I'm the only one. Now, mind some of the singers was comedian because they internet was all jacked up. They're like, oh, see, you should have checked your internet before you came onto this panel. But hey, it's what it is.
Yeah, and something you mentioned too, when we was texting and stuff, you had mentioned that a lot of people don't realize how hard those auditions are, especially when they're virtual, because a lot of people think, oh, because I'm in the comfort of my own home, there's no pressure. Did you feel that pressure when you was auditioning?
See, that's the beauty of the audition, because see, I've been doing virtual shows ever since COVID hit. So I was like, oh, this is easy. I've been doing this. But some people, this is their first time doing anything on the computer. So
that's true. Yeah.
I was like, see, I can tell this is your first time doing anything on the computer. and I'm sure they was like, you ain't never been on a computer a day in your life.
Why you even sign up?
You got people that was going in and out of the day going to audition. I'm like, oh, see, y'all, see your computer all jacked up, your servers are jacked up, everything jacked up. But
kids crying, you got food cooking on the stove.
I would have rather did it on person. I'd have minded did it on person, but of course, the COVID safety and what everybody need to be safe. So I was like, all right. We can do it. We can do the virtual thing. Cool. I honestly think in person, you get a better feel to person.
Yeah.
Than on virtual. That's my opinion. But that's what they wanted. They wanted, when everybody wanted to be safe. So virtual it was.
Yeah.
But man, these auditions are not easy at all. They're not easy. I mean, like I said, a lot of people, man, they get up there, Oh, wait, let me say this one thing. I'm not trying to hurt nobody's feelings, all right? It's 2024. We gotta start being honest with people, okay? Just because you sound good at your family reunion, your mama, because your mama say you funny, your daddy say you funny, or your mama say you sound real good, your daddy say you, listen, you're going to need more opinions.
Amen.
Don't just rely on your family. Your family ain't gonna hurt your feelings. Your family be like, oh, baby, you sound so good. Oh, baby, you so funny. Oh, baby. No. Go in them streets and see if other people say you funny or sound good. Until then, wait. Don't just jump on the AGT because your mama told you sound good or your daddy said you funny. Don't do that. Because I saw that. I saw a lot of people in there that probably was told they sound good by their mom and daddy, but probably just, they no.
Yeah, I 100% agree. And I think a lot of people audition for I think because the opportunity is there for some people to audition, they do it. But yeah, I agree. I think some people need to learn that
we can't.
You gotta get those opinions. And I'll tell you this:
we can't be
absolutely. And I think for me, being in the entertainment industry for so long, you quickly realize, okay, well, I was the lead in my high school play, but when you're going against other people who probably went to Juilliard or had actual professional training, you're amateur to them. So yeah, I agree. I think a lot of people, but to be fair, America's Got Talent also sets themselves up that way, because if you ever watch like a season, which I have, they will have bad acts on there on purpose, to make people laugh or to get ratings or whatever the case. So they do it on purpose. Yeah, they set you up to fail.
Man, weren't you that person on America's Got Talent that fell on their face? Yep, they remember you too. They remember you. They remember you choked on stage. They will remember all that because they put you on there just to get views.
Yeah,
it's all about viewership. Sometimes it's always about viewership. It ain't about you got talent, nothing. It's about, hey, we're gonna put this person on TV so we can get some laughter and get ratings.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Now let me ask you the process, because a lot of people don't know what it's like. Is even for me for audition, a lot of people don't know what it's like in the acting world. But for that specifically, because I'm sure there's millions of people who want to be in that same position you are. What is the process like? So when you get the link or whatever, what is it like? Everybody's in the Zoom meeting waiting for their turn. What was that like?
Oh yeah, like I said, they gave you a Zoom link to come in. They do the audition on Zoom. Everybody comes in. They play this AGT commercial over and over and over again of all the past acts and all that. It's like you're gonna be in that room probably about a good 30 minutes before anybody comes in there and says anything to you. So you're in there looking at everybody. You're looking like, oh, okay, what's the person do? What's the person do? What's the person do? What's the person do? Everybody in the room looking at each other. So the guy comes in. I guess the scout for agency comes in. And he says, hello, everybody. How you doing? Blah, blah, blah. I'm so-and-so. Welcome to the audition. I want you to be honest with you. I want you to be yourself. I know you're nervous. Blah, 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 blah. Everybody, please understand this. There's no profanity, no alcohol usage, no drug usage during this audition. no profanity, blah, blah, blah. Dress professional, be yourself. We understand if you mess up, it's okay. Start over. Boom, 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 boom. So then after that, he goes back. We watch the commercial over again. 30 minutes later, he takes some of us to the back room, and then we all get ready to audition. He says, okay, what's your name? Where you from? Blah, blah, blah. What you doing? How long you been doing it? And then he says, okay, you got a minute, 30 seconds to entertain us. Go. And that's it. After you're done auditioning, it says, okay, great. You did a great job, blah, blah, blah. Let's make sure you got all your information right. Is this your email? It's your address, your phone number? Then after that, he says, okay, listen, I'm not the one to be judging you. We recorded all the sets. At the end, everybody's done. We're going to go back. We're going to look at everybody's thing, make sure, if this is what we want for the show. If this is what we want for the show, we will call you or send you an email at the end of March. So I'm going to sit and wait for the phone call or the email at the end of March. I know for a fact. Now, look, I'm a very good guy. I critique myself very well. If I suck, I suck. If I'm good, I'm good. Ladies and gentlemen, if anybody saw my set, they were like, damn, how long have we been doing this? I've been doing this for 9 years. My set was amazing for what I had to do last minute to cut it and make it excellent. It's good. It was a good set. Good set.
Yeah. If
I don't get picked, which if they're looking for comedian, I'm the one. If they did not pick me, it's not because my set wasn't good. It's because they didn't need a comedian.
I agree. I'm gonna get to that point.
It's because they didn't need a comedian, which I didn't know what they needed. I'm like, I didn't even sign up for AGT. To be honest with you, I don't even watch AGT. So.
Come on, man. I don't either. I stopped watching it.
I used to watch. Okay, I used to watch it back in the day. I have not watched AGT in over like damn near maybe 10, 15 years. I don't know how they got my information. I have no idea how they found me and what they wanted.
Yeah, I'll tell you why. I'll tell you how they do it because I'll get emails and stuff too. When a lot of these producers, this is a little behind the scenes. This is an acting too, but behind the scenes for mostly reality talent shows and stuff. What they do is they scour the internet and they look at people's IGs, Facebooks, YouTube, TikTok as well. But they look at those profiles and they see, okay, I see he got a brand. Okay, I see what he's doing. Okay, I'm liking that. All right, let's bring him in. So that's one of the reasons how they do it. Because I'll normally get a lot of people, hey, I don't do it, but people are, hey, you would be a good contestant for Love Island. We want you to submit an audition tape or whatever, or come in for a meeting. So that's how they do it. They scour the internet and they find the information that way. So,
yeah, I was confused. I was like, how did y'all find me?
Yeah, somebody referred you too. That's another way. Someone probably say, take a look at my boy.
Right.
So let me tell this little quick story. The reason why I never auditioned for it, or I don't think I will, and it goes to the point you made about the comedian. So I don't think you know this, but I did car magic for 10 years, and I've been known as the Black David, on that time, Copperfield. I got all types of Black Houdini, and so from 2013 to about right before the pandemic, I was doing car magic a lot. I actually performed for Benelster Family Circus, famous and renowned touring group. I got to perform in my college. I got invited to do corporate events, private events. I performed at Central Park, which leads me to my story. So after I performed for Benelster Family Circus in Lower Manhattan, I was in Central Park one day, and season 8 of America's Got Talent, all the contestants, I think this was about the semifinals, they were all walking into the park. So for people who've been to Central Park or know Central Park, the baseball diamond, which is near 59th Street, very popular area, they practice there a lot, because it's free, you got all the space, and you could just rent out the time. So they were all practicing there, and I ran into Collins Key, who was the finalist of America's Got Talent. He didn't win; he was the run-up, and he was a magician on the show. So after they finished practice, I was watching him because I knew all the contestants. I was watching the season, and he was walking past, and I walked up to him and said, "Hey, I know you do card magic and stuff. Let me do a magic trick for you." So I did it for him. A trick I've done a couple times. I think I have it on YouTube still. And he's like, "Hey, man, that's actually a good trick. Why don't you, consider auditioning for the show?" For me personally, I don't want to audition for it because I know that my act is limited in terms of stage value. Like comedians, you could you could have a set, you could build a certain thing, you could use props and stuff. For me, it would be a little more close up. So something like street magic would be more suitable for me. And on top of that, after season 9, I feel like America's Got Talent has turned more into American Idol. Meaning, like, I feel like, don't get me wrong, like Preacher Lawson, he was on, I forgot what season, I think season 13.
Very funny.
He was a finalist. Very funny. And comedians do get a fair shake, but I feel like singing acts typically dominate. And one of the things that I was just watching America's Got Talent right before you came on, season 8. Kenichi Abina, who won, he was a dancer. And I remember Howard Stern saying this. He said, "I love your act because you're not a singer who just is singing as a Beyonce song or Aretha Franklin. You create your own piece, you create your own dance moves, you create your own production, and you bring it to us." And I feel like America's Got Talent has lost that. Now, don't get me wrong, they still have comedians and stuff, but I feel like the chances of winning is really going now to singing. And that's why for me, I'm like, I would do it for the exposure, but I want to do it because I know I'm not going to win. Somebody's going to sing their heart out and tell a sad story, and they're going to be the winner. Am I lying, though? Am I lying?
Hey, most of the acts were, like I said, they were singers, man. They were singers. Like I said, I was like, it was me and another guy that did comedy. Two guys. The rest were singers, and like I said, there was this one acrobat from the community.
What community?
The LGBTQ plus community. And I was confused because I was like, okay, you told us to keep it PG, but he was pretty much butt naked. So anyway, listen. I love the LGBTQ plus community. I love y'all. I got members of my family that's I got it. But he came naked, okay? He came with no shirt on, some tight bikini briefs, tassels on his nipples. It just I was confused. So anyway, like I said, he was twirling in the air and backflipping in the air and all kind. I was like, I don't know if this is going to really be what they're looking for.
Hey, you never know until you try, right?
but it was original. It was very R-rated, but it was original. I put it like that. But he was the only one, like I said, that was twirling in the air and backflipping in the air. So I was like, okay. Maybe if you was going for the, like gymnastics or like the circus, you might have got it. But I don't think agency was ready for all that. I wasn't ready. I was like, I don't know if I should be looking.
You know what's crazy though? That act actually might make it to the show because of the shock value and the entertainment. It's not going to be acting take seriously, but it's going to be entertainment for views and all that. So
you know what? It might, but I don't know if it's going to be on during the daytime for the kids to watch.
That's true. Nah, I don't think they'll use it
after the late show. Because I was like, what is going on? I'm like, why am I looking at a half naked person with tassels on the nipples?
These shows bring out I'm telling you, you think you've seen it all? Those shows,
the world is a crazy place with a lot of crazy individuals, but
yes, it is. Man, I'll tell you, I've been on some. I've early in my career when I was just trying to get my name out there. I've been to a couple casting calls for. It wasn't like it was more so like, hey, if you have time on Thursday, come audition for the show. Usually a reality show, and yeah, I mean some of these people, I think they do it intentionally for shock value, but you can't believe the amount of what people come up with. You can't. So I believe
it. That performance right there was like, what is this person about to do? I didn't know what the person was going to do. I just know he was naked. He had makeup on and tassels on his nipples, and I was like, oh.
Yeah, that's what we are.
Are you going to sing too? I was like, okay, he's probably going to do some George, some Boy George.
Boy George. Hey, no judgment.
Maybe RuPaul's greatest hits.
RuPaul's greatest hit. Hey, just like Planet Fitness, no judgment.
I'm sorry. Look, I'm. These just jokes. These just jokes. Don't try to cancel me. These just jokes. All right. But I was singing, so I was like, "What is he about to do?" Because I was like, "He naked. He got tassels on." He started doing flips and twirling in the air. I was like, "Oh, is that kind of act?"
Yeah. They said be original. So
that was definitely original. Very original. I just didn't know I was gonna have to close my eyes.
Yeah. Hey, there's always something out there for everybody, you know.
Hey, but yeah, man, I had no idea. I was like, wow, people all over the world. There was Chinese, African, all over the world that were auditioning, and I was like, wow, I did not know AGT was like streaming all over the world.
Oh yeah,
but they got a huge fan base, huge.
I mean, to be fair, I've learned this. My manager, I remember we had this conversation. In this type of industry, you want to go into it knowing that you may not win, but just know that as long as you make connections, you impress people, the possibilities are endless because there's only one winner, right? So if you go in there and you realize, because for you, see, singing is different. I think singing, it really comes down to who's like the top and the cream of the crop, because there's always going to be more singers on the show than any other act. But for you and other acts, but mostly comedians, all you really got to do is, as long as you could get at least to round 2, you good, because somebody's going to watch it. Imagine if Kevin Hart watches it, or, someone he knows watches the show and say, oh, check out Terric. You know what I'm saying? And bam, you don't show no more. So
right. Now, like you were saying, man, like I wasn't gonna look. I was thinking real hard. I was like, I don't really like doing auditions. I hate auditions because when I was a child, I used to do a whole lot of auditions when I was a child, a whole lot. And a lot of time, I was like, I know that I did better than this person. I know for a fact I did, but they have their favorites. They will go with their favorites, knowing daggone well that, oh, who is this person? We don't know who this person is, but they'll push you to the side because they got their favorite. So I was like, but I was like, it's AGT. The worst thing can happen is I go on, I do a good set, I don't make it, but guess what? Like I said, I recorded my audition. So, AGT, if you're watching, I'm gonna let you know this. I have my set, ladies and gentlemen. I know what I did on your audition. I got the footage, and I got some of the footage from the other contestants too, just to say, it wasn't me. Hey, look, I've been screwed over so many times with talent shows and stuff like that. I said, oh no, never again. I said, whenever I do something like that, I'm gonna make sure. Hey, watch this. What you think? Watch that person. Watch mine. What do you think? Oh, I don't know how he won. Exactly. That happened to my brother. Look, my brother's a comedian too, right? He's a comedian. So we went to Magooby's joke house. Look, I set him up. I ain't gonna lie. I set him up. I said, hey man, I got you a show in Baltimore. He ain't know he was in the contest. He got the bus for. So I
Wow.
said, look, man, this is your opportunity to be on a big stage to perform. So we got there and was like, man, you ain't tell me I was auditioning. I said, just continue performing. Don't even act like it's an audition. Just do you. Dude, he had that place dying, falling out the seat, crying. I don't know how in the heck they chose those people that was on the stage to be in the finals. I was like, no, this is trash. And it was so bad, the people in the audience, it was like, how the hell you didn't make
it? Man.
I said, you know what? These talent shows, these competitions are rigged. Rigged. I said,
of course.
They are so rigged. It's bad. That's how bad. It's bad.
Let me tell you something, and I'm breaking the acting rule. Well, it's not really acting rule, but I'm breaking the 4-4 here. I'll tell you exactly why, because I've been in this industry for a while, and it really comes down, like you said, they play favorites. A lot of this stuff is a popularity contest, and one of the problems is a lot of these people who judge or are the ones who are casting these shows, they have their own agenda. So right. I remember I heard the story that there was one girl, and when I was living in LA, when my agent, he told me the story. He had a client who went on the show. She had an audition for a TV show. Nailed it. The casting director loved her. The producer loved her. The director loved her. So now it comes down to the executives and everybody's coming together for the final 3 choices who they want. The girl didn't get the gig, not because she sucked. Not because she missed audition. She missed it because she reminded one of the people at the seat of his ex-wife. And he was like, I don't want to deal with it. And people, and it happens. And that's just I can't make this stuff up. It happens all the time. She reminded him of his ex-wife.
Oh, he didn't want to. You lost because you reminded him of his ex.
Yep.
That's a mess, man.
That's crazy. Man. And that's the reason why I always tell people, especially when it comes to entertainment, because America's Got Talent in the entertainment industry. You have to go into it with an impression of, so like me now, whenever I do auditions, and that's another thing. If you're going to be in this industry, audition, because it is a skill in itself. And a lot of people don't realize that. To memorize the lines and have the character, when you have 1 minute and 30 seconds, and the reason why they do this is because they're seeing so many people, unless it's a selective casting, which I do at this point now. But when they are seeing so many people, they only have a certain amount of time. So you got to bring that A game straight. But one of the things I learned was don't go into it expected in a booking to expect to book the job, to get the role, to succeed at it. Go in there to make the connection. And whatever happens, but at least they'll remember you. So now at this point, even if you don't get the show, which I'm sure you will, but even if you didn't, at least you made an impression. And some of the things that happen in this industry is word of mouth. So someone who might watch your tape might say, okay, maybe we don't need him for this, but I do see him. Maybe we should bring him on for Wildin' Out or something like that. Bam. So, the opportunities are endless. And a lot of people don't think about it that way because, they just looking at the dollar signs and the money, but there's only one winner. So, and then these shows are unpredictable anyway, because you think you'd be perfect fit for the show. And then you're like, why are they going this way? That's why I said some of these acts that you watch, you're like, this is horribly bad, but yet they always make it to the show. I'm like, you could have put me on there. I was more talented than that, but they shock value, entertainment, and ratings. That's what they look for.
Yeah. A lot of these shows, they have their favorites, and they gonna go with their favorites.
Unfortunately, that's the entertainment industry. That's the entertainment industry. Now, Terric, let's see the act that you did. No, I'm kidding. You should have never do that.
Hey, look. Bring on Dr. Giggles one day. Look, Dr. Giggles is a whole different dude.
I gotta see this.
Right now, you're talking to the Playboy. Dr. Giggles is a whole different person.
Actually, let me ask you a question. because I was having this conversation with someone recently about this because he's not a comedian like you, but he's trying to explore the comedy space. And I know you talked about for America's Got Talent. He told you, hey, we want it clean.
Right.
Do you feel like at this point, when you're going to start going out for stuff like this and potentially other bigger gigs, do you feel like you're going to have to clean it up? Because I know people who are filthy comedians, but when it comes to TV shows and even Netflix specials, well, Netflix is a little different, but
Right.
when it comes to TV specifically, they have to clean up the act because it's a family show.
Right.
Is that something that you realize you might have to do going forward, at least for the time being?
Well, see, okay, like I said, this is the Playboy. The Playboy is raunchy, dirty, all kinds of messy. He's a messy person. Okay, Dr. Giggles is a very professional Nigerian doctor that's running from child support, but he's clean. That's why I used him. I was like, okay, all right, time to bring out Dr. Giggles. They want clean comedy. They want me to be a PG comedian. So I bought him out. And he was clean. He ain't cursed. He do nothing. I could do clean, but I just prefer to be raunchy. It's more feeling in it when I'm raunchy. I can be raw.
Yeah, that's true.
I just prefer being the Playboy. But like I said, I can do clean. But I just prefer being me. Me is the Playboy. This is me. But
hey. You know what you should do? You should probably. And I was talking to Matt Rife. I think I told you this story, but when I had met Matt Rife a couple years ago, right when he left Wild 'N Out, I asked him about that, about getting on the show and stuff. Because I've thought about, people have asked me to do comedy. I actually wrote a routine down. I'm not going to do it because it's not exactly family friendly. It's family friendly, but the way how you listen to it, I'm still refining. I'm not a stand-up comedian yet.
Right,
but
right.
Have you ever thought of probably audition for a Wild 'N Out? Because I thought about it.
You know what? I would, but unfortunately, my schedule wouldn't fit that show too much. Look, man, I'm a family man. Look, I'm a family man. My wife would kill me if I tried. Oh, you want wild out?
Fair.
You want to wild out?
Wild out with these divorce papers.
You gonna sit down to this damn couch? Wild out on that couch. Yeah, man. I would love to. My life is just not set up for it. It's not. Honestly, be honest with you, my wife don't even like me doing comedy. She can't stand it.
Why? Is she not a fan of comedy, or like, what is it?
Well, let's just say, okay.
Or your routine.
My routine.
Oh. No.
She don't like my routine. She don't like my attire. She don't. This is what I do. I'm this guy every day. You see this? I rock this shit all day. And this is who I am. This is
right.
me. She can't stand it. She can't. I said, baby, it's just clothes. It's just a character. I'm not out here playing the street. And oh my God, don't let somebody say, oh my God, is that you, the Playboy? She can't stand it when people say she can't stand it. I don't even have a name no more. They just call me the Playboy.
The Playboy.
I'm like, oh Lord, that's not my name. You gonna have me on the couch.
This might be the last episode you hear from Terric.
She can't stand it, man. She can't stand it. And you probably asking like, okay, how did you come up with the Playboy? Okay,
let's hear it, because I never asked you that actually.
For those that did not know my story of how I came into Playboy, okay, ladies and gentlemen, my lifestyle as a young child was very wild. Okay, before I got married, before I joined the military, I used to do exotic dancing. Yes.
Wait. I did not know that. Okay, I didn't know that.
I used to do exotic dancing. Okay. How did I end up doing exotic dancing? That's where my music comes in. Okay. when I first started finding out that I was a talented guy, I used to sing. I did a show, a talent show, matter of fact, talent show, and I was singing. During that show, I guess my pants, my belt wasn't too tight. My pants came down on the stage. And I kept singing. I said, screw it. My pants are down. I'm going to make a part of the act.
We're going to give you a show now.
I'm going to make a part of the act. Now, mind it. Women are screaming. One of the women in the audience was my grandmother.
Oh, God. I don't even want to imagine.
Oh, Lord. Let her soul rest in peace. I had to put her to rest in the last year, man. But my grandmama was the one that said, "Baby, you could do something with that. You could do something with your singing and the stripping and all that." I was like, "No, I'm young, I'm athletic, I got a nice build." I'm like, you know what? Maybe I could do it. Messed around. Ended up years later, I got married. I got divorced. After my divorce is when I said, you know what? I'm going to dive into this singing and stripping thing. Messed around, signed up with an agency. I was a stripper escort, singing escort.
Interesting.
And then they started getting messy, and I was like, all right, I can't continue to sing and take my clothes off. My life is not going to be set up like this forever. I got to find something more sturdy.
Yeah, right.
So I joined the military. And so I stopped. So, ladies and gentlemen, the Playboy was established a long time ago. A long time ago. So, when I started comedy, I was like, nobody wants to see fucking Terric Higgins. Nobody wants to see him. He's just Terric Higgins. I got to make a character. So, ladies and gentlemen, my comedy sets are very sexual, very funny, very X-rated. Yes, you might see me dancing on the stage with, pajamas or silky clothes and yeah, I am that individual on stage. I'm gonna bring you sex, comedy, raw, raunchy, hardcore stuff all night long. I can't even tell. Look, I don't even have told you this that I don't write my jokes. I've never written a set ever.
You pulling the Kevin Hart on me?
I've never written a set ever. My whole 9 years of comedy, I've never written a set. I get on stage and it's just off the cuff. It's off the cuff. Whatever I'm feeling, I'm talking about it. Hey, so I'm telling you, you come to a Playboy show, be ready to either get mad, curse me out, like it, whatever, but it's going to be raw.
Different strokes for different folks. Wait.
Yeah.
Should have said that. But
yeah, sometimes I do, put my wife in my set. Sometimes I might say some things about my wife and my marriage and my children and stuff like that. Because it's real shit. People want to hear real shit. There ain't no fake ass shit. No. Real is more funny than anything in the world, I think.
Absolutely. I mean, Dave Chappelle, I just watched his new Netflix special. I got around to watching it. And he was talking about that very thing about how his wife, she may not like all his jokes, but she respects him because he's relatable. He's honest. And, he does it from a place of respect. Even though it's a joke, he's not out there degrading his wife. And she supports him for that.
Yeah, so, no, I would never degrade my wife. Oh, no. But
some people will.
We got some funny stories. A lot of times, you know what? Most of the time, I'm talking about myself. I'm talking about my past, my stripper days, my military days, the shit that I see in the street, the shit I see on the internet. You name it, I talk about it.
Yeah. Who needs a magic mind when you got Magic Playboy? You know what I'm saying?
Hey, why go to the strip club when you go to a comedy show?
Amen. Man, I'll tell you, the last comedy, I do want to go back. I actually want to do an open mic. I actually want to test the comedy skills. I know I'm funny, but I've heard the same before. Just because you're funny in real life don't mean you're gonna be funny on stage, which doesn't mean you're gonna be funny on camera. So I want to test that. I've been told I should try it. I'm gonna give it a shot at some point this year. I got this routine. I'm still working on it.
Hey, give it a go, man. I tell everybody, man, don't knock it till you try it. Give it a go. You might start yourself.
You know what? I have. I've been doing acting for so long. I'm not afraid of doing it. It's more so, I already know
how the audience
deep down.
How the audience?
No, it's not even that. It's not even that. Because in New York, people are very raunchy. People are very, rough. So you could get away with a lot of material.
I love New York.
But for me, I love New York, and I know that. I know that the comedy I would do is not exactly going to be what aligns with what I'm trying to portray. I'm going to be a little darker. I'm going to be a little more. I'm going to be edgy. I'm not going to be Andrew Dice Clay, but I will push those boundaries a little bit. And
but they do know you grow, right? They know you grow, right? You grow.
Hey, tell that to the casting directors of Disney.
You're a grown man. You can say what you want.
Hey, I agree, but in this industry, you gotta be careful because I don't want to say something on stage and all of a sudden I'm looking for work at McDonald's. So I ain't trying to flip no cheeseburgers, man. I love what I do.
I hear you, brother. I hear you, man. Look, I hear you. I'm out here in West Virginia, man. All my work that I've done, man, I had to create for myself, man. So I get it.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah, you know what though? I will say I'm not too worried. I will do it, and like you said, one thing you said was you got to be quick. You got to be a professional. Sometimes you gotta have to change on the fly. So I know, like this routine I'm working on, it's raunchy, but it can be interpreted in a PG way. It's just depending on the audience and how they look at the skit. So we'll see. I want to give a snippet of it because
comedy is this. My brother told me this when I first started. When I was trying to build myself and trying to find my comedic. How can I put it?
Your comedic niche or something.
There you go, niche. There you go. Yes, he said as long as you come in strong at the beginning, you have their attention. So we want to make sure you're strong at the beginning and strong at the end.
Mm-hmm.
If you get them at the beginning, you got them. If you don't get them at the beginning, you're done.
You're cooked.
You're done. You might have to go sit down.
go buy a drink.
Yes. So I make sure every time when I get caught up on the stage, I'm going to hit you so hard you're not going to want to stop watching. Because then you be like, okay, what's next?
Man,
so I tell every comedian, if you want to get into this industry, make sure you're coming in is hard. Because if not, you can forget it. Because they're not gonna mess with you no more. Make sure you're coming in is hard. Once you got them from the beginning, you can keep them steady until you're closing.
You know what? That makes sense. And I say this because I know people like to get on Dave Chappelle. But I will say he always gets people at the beginning. He shocks you.
Yes.
And it's smart. People may not like it, but he gets you involved. And that's why all those people who talk about his shows, a lot of the times it's because they watched the whole thing or they at least watch most of it because he got them.
Yes.
That's business.
Make sure you get them from the beginning. Don't come in all soft and all weak. Now I'm going to sleep. Yes. Come in hard. Always come in hard. Never come in light. Come in and blow them away. That way you have their attention for most of the rest of your set. And there you go. That's it.
There you go.
And guess what? Your intro don't even have to be funny. It just got to be hard, raw, and like that.
Yeah, I will say there's a lot of comedians, especially America's Got Talent, they may not be strong in every department, but they get you. And that you got to utilize the time. Like you said, you get a minute and 30 seconds. It's the same way you on stage. You got a short window to impress people. Mm-hmm. If you go on that stage and you start, hey, what's up, everybody? And the joke lands. I'll tell you this. I'll tell you this joke. Right. So in 2019, August, first moved to LA. This is when I started thinking about comedy. So I didn't make it to the show because I had audition, but my roommates went to this comedy club, and they was having an open mic. So this dude gets on stage, and he's a no name. He's just trying his foot in comedy, and he's going the Andrew Dice Clay route. So he gets on stage and he's like, "Good morning, everybody. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the set or whatever the case may be. My name is blah blah." And so he starts off the joke with, "Oh, if you're Jewish, raise your hand." So everybody raise your hand. And then he said, "Everybody else, get him." And apparently they booed him off the stage, and he was not to be. I thought it was funny, but
Lord, no. Ladies and gentlemen, do not start your shit off like that.
Yeah, right. But they told me that joke, I was dying. I was like, I think it's funny,
no.
but
that's no. Don't go that.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Yeah, that was
like I said, come in hard, but don't come in like that.
Like
hard.
that.
That's way hard. That's like, okay, you want to die.
Yeah, this guy. I was like, what was he thinking?
He's lucky he made it out the show live. Oh man, no, that's comedic death.
Yeah, I truth be told, I'm not gonna lie. I saw the last comedy show I went to was with Andrew Schultz, and it was right here. It's right a couple blocks from where I'm living at, the Comic Strip Live. I went to see him, and I will give him credit. He is phenomenal. He was so the reason I'm pointing out, I wasn't at the front of the stage, but I was a little off to the center, and he was cracking on me for my hair and stuff. And we went back and forth for a good 2-3 minutes. Like we was cracking jokes on each other. And he was like, you're a pretty, funny guy, And so that's why I was like, maybe I should try it. I don't know. We'll see. The debut of the Prince of Fresh Air on stage. We'll consider it. We'll consider it. And maybe I'll do America's Got Talent. I don't know yet. I'm still deciding. I just think that my act will be better on the streets.
Yeah, possible, man. But like I said, man, hey, I'm happy I got that off my to-do list. I did it. It's done with. On to the next.
On to the next. That's what I love to hear, Terric. Terric is always great having you on. We always have great conversations, and if you made it this far, like I always say, actually, before I even end the show, Terric, before we go, are you going to upload your thing after your performance after you hear back, or are you gonna?
I'm gonna put it on hold. I'm gonna put it on hold. I'm gonna wait to see what they say, and if they say yeah, even if they say no, I'll still put it up. But either way, like I said, there was only 2 comedians on there, me and another guy. Everybody else was singing, so it will depend if they want comedians, they want singers. They had tons of them to choose from. They only had 2 comedians to choose from, so we'll see. Amen.
Luck of the draw, and I have no faith, or I have no doubt that you're gonna make it. And that's what it's about. 2024 is gonna be the year of greatness,
Look,
not just for me, not just for you, for everybody.
If I don't make it, it wasn't because of me. That's all I can say. I know it was because of me. I bought the heat.
Exactly. Hey, one thing I learned in this industry, whatever you can't control is out of control. And that's all you can do. All you can do is bring your A game and
Right. I bought my A game.
Else.
I bought all the A games. I bought everything I needed. I laid it out there. If they need a comedian, I was definitely the one. If not, I can always try next year. Maybe next year I'll sing. Next year I'll try again. I'll sing next year.
Yeah, throw a little R&B in there.
Yeah, well, no, I'll just sing. They probably just wanted singers. I don't know what the hell they wanted from me, but hey,
that's true. It. You never know.
Hey, shoot my comedy out there. See what happens. So
exactly.
Here we go.
Oh man, Terric, like I said, it's always great to have you. Definitely check out Terric on YouTube. You have Facebook, right?
No.
I forget.
I got canceled off Facebook, ladies and gentlemen, because
why not even ask? I forgot.
They ain't like the Playboy on Facebook. Instagram didn't like the Playboy either. Twitter didn't even like the fucking Playboy. I'm like, God.
He can't even get on Twitter. Yeah, that's a problem. Or X, I should say.
I couldn't get on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. I got canceled on all of them. Look, it got so bad. I tried to get on Twitter. They would even let me put a profile in. Oh. I said, God,
wow.
About being canceled. Oh.
If you can't make it on Twitter, oh jeez.
I was like, damn, I can't put a profile in. I don't know who operates all of them, but whoever they like, oh no, we know who this person is. Keep them off. Thank God for YouTube though. YouTube, they keep me off a couple times, but I came back.
He's back.
I was like, golly. Thank you, YouTube. Thank you. This is the only site that I'm able to be myself just a little bit. Just a tiny bit. There's still things I can say and can't do. But I appreciate y'all for giving me a platform because the rest don't want me. That's fine.
Amen to that, man. Yeah. It's the year of being we got to be thankful for everything because we always look at what we don't have, but we should appreciate what we do have. And that's the bottom line.
Amen to that.
That's the bottom line. Go follow Terric on YouTube. Check out his channel. We're going to have him back on. We're going to wish him success on America's Got Talent. And if he makes it big, I'm going to make it big because I want a piece of that money. So don't forget me.
Look, we going on tour, man. We going on tour.
The Playboy and the most charismatic man.
Oh, man. Hey, man, appreciate you having me, man. That intro is it. That is it.
Hey, if you like that now, you'll like it when I play it right now. So, you know.
I loved it. I was like, oh, that is so hard. I love it.
You know what I'm saying? That's why I said I need to start stand-up comedy. I'm slacking.
Yeah. See, like I said, the beginning, if you catch them at the beginning, they'll continue to watch.
And you catch them on the end?
You got them.
Got them. That's the bottom line. And you don't have to go home, but you can stay here. We'll catch you in the next episode. We'll talk to you again, Terric. And we're out.
All right.